Hello, all you mom bosses. I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. Probably not much different than any other weekend the past month or so, but hopefully you had chocolate. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on here today and talk about self-sabotaging. We all do it, even if you don't think you do, because sometimes it's so subtle you don't even realize it and notice. So, first of all, what is self-sabotage? What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is when your conscious mind, so the side of your brain or the side of your mind that says, okay, I have to lose some weight. Oh, I have to stop spending so much money or save money. I want to do this. I want to do that. But then your subconscious kind of messes that up and you do exactly the opposite. So what your subconscious mind is doing is protecting you from disappointment, from fear, but you don't even realize that that's what's happening. So take for instance, if you need to lose weight, but you continue to eat the chocolate and the carbs and whatever else. So subconsciously, your brain is trying to save you from the disappointment if it should not happen, which is dumb. But anyways, there are things that you can do, simple things, just a few simple tweaks in your routine and how you think and what you do that can help you to stop sabotaging yourself so you can reach the goals you want to reach, whether it's personal goals, business goals, whatever. There are 8 simple tweaks, I will say. So the first thing is to understand what self-sabotage is in the first place. So these behaviors, these self-sabotage behaviors actually end up becoming habits because every time a certain thing happens, we react a certain way and then that just continues on. So and you don't even recognize that you're doing it for the most part. So when we want something and we say we want something, but somehow you never accomplish it, that is self-sabotaging because somewhere in our subconscious, we are fighting against the goal that we want to create. Why? That's what you have to figure out. So that would be your next step, is recognizing your self-sabotaging habits. So the first step to breaking this cycle is to become aware of the behaviors that you are doing when certain things happen. So look at your behaviors like you're an outsider, okay? Because we aren't going to admit it to ourselves in the first place. So you need to look at what you're doing like you are someone else. So what self-destructive habits and patterns and mindsets are holding you back from achieving what it is that you want to achieve? So here's a few common things. Procrastination. I do it. We all do it. So instead of tackling an important project or in a timely manner, you procrastinate. And some of us even say, and me included, I work better under pressure. No, that's not what happens. You might get it done, but it won't be done to the way it should be done or the way that you would want it to be done. So why do we do this? So you need to start setting deadlines and mini deadlines. So if you have a big project and the deadline is a bit away, set that big deadline, but then in between, set little deadlines for each thing you need to do to accomplish it to get to the big goal. Another one is the negative self-talk and the negative thinking. We all do that as well, and we need to stop doing that because we are all worthy of achieving our goals, having the life of our dreams. We are all worthy of that. So we need to stop the self-negative talk that we aren't worthy. So when you are in a situation, check to see, are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you berating yourself about past mistakes? You need to be patient and be kind to yourself and build yourself up. Even like write it down on paper, Speak it out loud in the privacy of your bathroom or something. Just work to build yourself up. And another common one is perfectionism. Nothing is ever going to be 100% perfect. So a lot of people say, I will start when this happens. I will start when this happens. And we're all guilty. I will say, okay, I'll start exercise, or I'll start eating better when this bag of chocolate is gone. No. So you need to just move forward. Just do it. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can perfect it as much as you can as you go along. Okay, so take, for instance, that bag of chocolate. Okay, there's no way I'm going to leave a bag of chocolate uneaten. There's no way. But I could still start eating better for the rest of the day until that bag of chocolate's gone. Then just don't buy another one. That's what you have to do. So perfectionism, it's an impossible standard. It's an impossible standard. So you will never experience the time. The time will never happen if you are waiting for it to be perfect, because then it's never going to happen. Okay, so then the next step you need to do, and this is very important, is to identify the root causes of why you are self-sabotaging yourself. So we allow ourselves to react adversely to situations, and usually our reactions don't align with the situation. But sometimes the way we react are so subtle as well that we don't notice it and we can't fix it. So often self-destructive habits are rooted in our self-worth. And again, we are all worthy of what we want to achieve in life. We are all worthy of that. So oftentimes you feel like you don't feel like you deserve to be successful. You think you're not confident that you can do the job or that you can get to where you want to be. But at the same time, you overcompensate that by setting these high goals for yourself. So it's better to be at the helm of your failure than having unknown circumstances just blindside you. So you need to work on identifying and acknowledging what is causing you to sabotage yourself. And then you need to start making those changes. So if you are thinking, if your main thought is you're not confident in yourself to do the job, that's the thought you need to start working on. Start doing things that you know you can do and that you do well, and that will make you feel more confident in doing the things that you're not used to yet. The next step is to take time for self-reflection. So you need to understand why you keep thinking these thoughts, thinking why you're not worthy, why you self-sabotage yourself. So you need to figure this out in order to stop doing it. So a lot of most successful people do this regularly. They take the time to work through their choices and their decisions and their actions. And they learn from what worked and failed. So obviously the things that failed, they won't do again. And technically they've learned from that. So it's not a fail. Then they adjust their course. So if they failed, they adjust their course and take a different action until they find the things that work. But only through self-reflection will you gain that necessary insight and perspective and understanding of why you are doing these self-sabotaging habits. So, and then when you figure that out, you can make the necessary changes to stop that. And important, find your inner positive voice. So once you start thinking something negative, immediately turn it around into something positive. So for instance, if you're starting to think, oh, I can't do this job. This job is too hard. I won't get it done right. Then you just put a positive spin on that. Okay, this job is new, but I know I can handle it. I know I can do it. So just put a positive spin on anything negative that you are thinking about yourself. So it's changing your negative thoughts and your negative behaviors is fundamental in getting rid of these self-sabotaging habits. And when you start making these changes, make sure you do just small, meaningful changes, because if you try to do too many changes at once and too many big changes, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So you need to just, when you've discovered what it is, do one step at a time. Make one change at a time. So if you want to do the negative talk first and spin it to a positive sentence, do that first until that becomes a habit. Then if you need to make another change, you go on to the next. So don't do too many changes at once, because then you'll just get overwhelmed and it won't happen. And then once you have figured this all out, figured out why you are self-sabotaging, the habits you are doing when certain things come up that make you do these actions, and you start reflecting on what you can do to change them, then set some goals. Set some goals and make plans. And that's another thing. If you don't set goals, you kind of don't know where you're going. And you'll never have, how can I say it? You'll never have that feeling of needing to finish it, needing to get there. And it's hard to explain. So if you don't have goals, you won't move ahead with confidence, and you'll keep responding to negative situations. So in effect, when you reach a goal, that alone is going to give you to continue on to the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. So if you just do these simple steps, so I'll just go over them again real quickly. So recognize, they all say number one for some reason. Okay. So your first step is to understand what self-sabotage is. Then you need to recognize your self-sabotaging habits, whether it's procrastination, negative talk, perfectionism, or any of the other ones. Identify the root causes why you are doing this. Take time to just do some self-reflection, and it's a good time to do your meditation then as well, and you can just sort of incorporate that into that part of your day. Find your inner positive voice. That's where you're turning negative thoughts, spin it around and put it in a positive aspect. Change your pattern of behavior. So when you start doing something self-sabotaging, acknowledge it, recognize it, and say, okay, no, I'm going to do this instead. Make your small, meaningful changes to start, not huge, big ones all at the same time. And then set your goals and make some plans. And you will get there. So we need to work together. That's what this group is for as well, is to help each other out, to keep everybody positive. We can do this. We can do whatever we want. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I touch base or tell you too that starting next Monday, April 20th, I am doing a 5-day free workshop. It's a business growth workshop, and it's designed to attract your perfect customer with their credit card in hand. So if you want to hop in there, it'll be in this group. But if you want to get notices and make sure you don't miss it, go into the events tab, click the events tab, and then click going on the 5-day business growth workshop. And that will start next Monday, 1 p.m. So it'll be for 5 days, Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. The replays will be there, so don't worry if you can't make it right at 1 p.m. But I hope you'll hop on with me, because I think it's going to be so fun, and we need to grow our businesses and make 2020 our year. This coronavirus is not going to stop us. We can do this. See you soon.